All right, nice. This
Okay.
works.
Good.
Fantastic.
We
I
start
think
recording as Dai joins in.
yes.
What's up, man?
You look tired, dude.
अरे dude all good. आज छुट्टी होते हुए भी ऑफिस का काम था तो पहले वो करा, फिर इस पे लगे FPL पे, तो जो भी अपना हुआ ड्यूरिंग द डे देख ही लिया हमने अब.
Seriously, man. So many
Seriously,
doubts, so many concerns. और अभी
FPL
भी
पे लगने का फायदा नहीं है, मतलब I was
हाँ,
trying to...
कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ.
right.
Okay, Madison is definitely out, right? Like Leicester is out. I think.
It's not out. Just that they don't have a double game week.
हाँ, double
हाँ
game.
हाँ. I mean, then why would you go for Leicester players? I mean, like,
So
I
the
mean, you're
only
seeing it a
game
day
is
too late. I bought Madison in yesterday night. उसका price rise हो रहा था, तो I said anyways in any of my schemes I would have gotten him in.
right.
But ठीक है, I mean I had to replace Zaha, which is something I was deadwood. I was holding on to for a while.
yeah, so Madison is good.
Madison is good. Madison is good. Single game week के हिसाब से भी Madison is a good player.
he's
He has been
definitely-
doing well for against the top teams. I think.
Yeah, Vardy is out, Iheanacho at AFCON, so Daka is the only guy up top, right? Daka, Barnes
Daka
and
is
Madison, ये तीन करेंगे.
ये तीन करेंगे.
Right. Madison will definitely play. Just their fixtures are like a bit tricky. So they like in this game week they have Spurs, and after that they have Brighton, which is okay. Then they have Liverpool, West Ham.
They have Liverpool.
So
the Chelsea one's going to get pushed out for them.
Yeah, but that's in
27.
But the good thing is now they have like I think 3 or maybe more than 3 postponements. So they will have another double. That's the hope.
So next week, most likely, Everton's Aston Villa's going to have a double.
Villa. So, but they'll try to fix as many
More matches.
games as possible. Yeah, especially for these teams which have 3 or more than 3 postponements. So
correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. People were jumping on Watford forwards also, King and Dennis. Somebody was like telling me on Twitter that they're going for both of them,
doubling up.
Yeah, on the free hit or even without the free hit, because they had like somebody like Calvert-Lewin or Gelhardt. So they were planning on taking 2 of them, but now their game versus Burnley is also in doubt because that's on Tuesday. So if players are not fit for Saturday, how will they be available for
a quick turnaround now?
So it will be tricky.
So Watford probably will have a single game week, but they again have Newcastle.
You can do it, and in 23 they have Norwich. In 23 they have Norwich, so that's
their run was always good.
Right, but
if not 2, then at least single. So it depends on how you see this double game week. If you don't want to, let's say, go ahead with double game week players, and maybe single game week players are also very good this week.
And that was the flip side, right? I mean, would you remove a Jota? Would you remove a Trent? No, right? I mean, you'd still play with them.
Yeah. I was free hitting and I was still wondering whether I should keep Jota or not. Like, not a.
No. I was on a free hit, and like I was almost on a free hit by I think 2 days ago before I started watching all these podcasts and videos. So I had Jota, Bowen, and Trent. He was dicey because he had COVID and then not sure whether he's come back or not. So once I knew Trent is fine, he's training. So these 3 I was keeping anyways. So I was like, "ठीक है, ये 3 plus 8 double game because I will take and should be okay."
Maybe Antonio as well, right? While he did not play well, but Leeds is always
right. So I didn't have Antonio. So वो मुझे लगा कि the forwards which I was planning was Kane, Ronaldo, and one of Watford forwards. Right. So I was like, ठीक है, King and Dennis will definitely outscore Antonio versus Leeds, and Kane and Ronaldo can be chanced upon. But अभी तो Kane का भी
anybody's actually gone into free hit already because
I have.
Oh, so one casualty.
I think I would have had to. Like, okay, I don't think Solanki is in, so maybe now is a good time for me to show you guys my like before and after.
We can start with you because you have actually like played the chip.
So let me just find the bloody window. Okay, here it is. So share screen, and this has been just hold on, slideshow. So this is my before and after. after. Okay, like left is of course before and the right is after. So I think my team has been in a very bad shape anyways. Like I think it needed a free hit. Like what do you guys think? So Benarama and Salah needed to go out for sure. Like दो तो वहीं and then I think like there are just too few double game week players in the team. Like a big opportunity cost, I feel.
I think Benrahma definitely. Salah again a choice if you want to keep him. Livramento definitely, because he is anyways out for a longer period, mostly out for a long time. Broha probably might play.
Broha got injured towards the end, right? Last game.
He got injured towards the end, but he might just come in. But ठीक है, the upfront Watkins option तो है ही, Watkins was there.
Basically he doesn't have.
You would have taken my double game week players नहीं है. That is
yes. So free hit comes in only when you are getting loads of double game weekers, and that's fine because उसके पास I think कोई भी double game weeker नहीं. Maybe Buckman is there. Then
it's just Buckman and
Dennis, Mount and Buckman, right?
Mount,
Dennis no more.
Dennis. Dennis का भी अभी double game week मतलब it's in doubt, not 100%. So it's only 3 and ठीक है Dennis ठीक है.
And maybe Thiago, right? I mean, you'd kept him on the bench. Not sure why.
I mean, that's
Silva,
the last week. No, he was not.
He was not there last week.
Yeah. So basically, Buckman is also not like a guaranteed point skip scorer. Foster is back and unka defense is ऐसे ही है.
Foster only resumed training, right? Still has a flag. I'm not sure this weekend or this game week he'll play.
He could play the second one if he's first choice.
But they anyways too leaky, yeah.
Yes, that's
they
one.
are too leaky, yes.
And Mount and Thiago Silva have like one is Man City,
City
and tricky, and second is Brighton. उनका भी defense ठीक ठाक है. So it's not like Mount will be scoring 3 or 4 goals or 2 or 3
Although,
goals.
like to be fair, I do have Mount and Alonso still in the next team, the free team. So that is a chance that I'm taking anyways. Like I feel like.
But if you combine it with like all the other double game weekers, then you can say ठीक है. Chalo, we are taking a risk. With
one option instead of Mount, you could also explore is Trossard.
That might be interesting. So
Trossard is an.
But elaborate more. Like, why do you say that though?
So between Mora, Madison, Trossard, right? I mean, the way I was looking at it is always any two of these guys. So Brighton, they're playing whom? They're playing Crystal Palace and they're playing Chelsea. So at least one of them, again, Chelsea defense is not perfect. Wing backs are again question marks, right? Alonso will be there. Maybe Aspi plays right.
Plus Mendy is also not there, I think, right? Like
Mendy is not there. And this guy Christensen got COVID, right? So again,
yes.
So they're bound to leak some or the other goal.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Crystal Palace is anyways a good game.
So basically, what you have is you have Mount is fine, but instead of maybe Moura, you not Moura. Instead of Madison, you can maybe go for Trossard.
Yeah, that's a fair trade,
and
right?
Even for Alonso, instead of Alonso, you can maybe put a Rudiger because I just read that Chelsea have Kennedy back from loan.
Yes,
who is a left winger and a substitute for Alonso if required. So maybe against Brighton, Tuchel might go for Kennedy. He just might.
Tuchel has zero faith in Alonso, right? I mean, the first chance he can get, he'll substitute him off.
That's an excellent point, actually. I completely missed that, and that's I think that's an obvious change to make here. Like Alonso to Rudiger and Madison to Trossard. Like I think fair.
Rest are all good.
And I have a point of view on Cucurella versus Lamptey, right? I mean, I don't know. I somehow prefer the high ceiling of a Lamptey than Cucurella.
Yeah, but he is a bit dodgy. He may or may not play both the games because he's been managed till now.
And sometimes being subbed off between 60 and 70 minutes for a defender actually helps.
True. That is also a fair point.
Clean sheet intact bhi reh jati hai.
Right.
Interesting. Like what's the fixtures there? Like what are the matches?
Brighton, Crystal Palace and Chelsea, right?
Crystal and Chelsea.
Tough.
Lamptey is more or less like a right winger. Yeah. How
If
high
he
he
plays,
If he
if he
plays,
plays both the games, he even has a chance of getting something against Chelsea. Like we discussed, Chelsea have a weak defense, not the best.
Especially if Alonso is
Especially on the left side. Even Kennedy, I'm not like he's not some big ass defender who will be like marking everybody and doing whatever Tuchel wants him to do. But he is just an option. So
Yeah.
So Lamptey
Fair
was
enough,
definitely has a good
So
chance.
I guess the moot point now comes to Ronaldo. Ko kya karna yaar? Is he playing? Not playing?
Yeah, he's playing. He's playing. Ragnick has
playing
just before this call, I was watching that Ragnick interview press conference. So he said that he is available. Sancho, Maguire, all are available. Whoever basically missed the FA Cup game versus Villa, they are all available.
That for me is like a 4-point hit or a 8-point hit. Obviously, no free hit, right?
Yeah, no free hit, please. It's all like gone. So yeah, just I'll share my screen with a few things that.
So I think like I'm the only one who has already taken the free hit, right? Like rest all of you are still contemplating or contemplating.
I don't think anybody is contemplating anymore.
I will show what I was.
I am taking points hit and then very few game week players, double game week players.
Yeah, Akshat, you have to enable participant screen sharing.
I am sorry. Let me just go to the settings here. Okay, we can continue the conversation till only one participation can share at a time, but you should be able to share, by the way. Like, are you not able to?
Yeah, it says host needs to.
You want me to try?
Now?
Yeah, now I'm able to.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
So basically, this was my free hit plan. It's a little bit similar to what Akshat just showed, but I had, like I said, I had 3 single game week players. So I had Mount, Moura, Keane, Ronaldo, Dennis, De Gea in goal, and Emerson Royal. I had Emerson Royal because of the risk of Reguilon being rotated in back-to-back games, and he's been, I don't know if he's been rested or benched for last few games, even the cup games.
Right.
He has not been playing.
He's not there.
So Emerson is not that good. Uska kuch kaam nahi hai. He just runs up and puts the ball wherever he can. He's not had that much quality as compared to Reguilon, but I don't know. Like Conte even played Doherty in one match at left wing back. So who knows what?
Reguilon is also a card risk. I mean, tends to get yellow cards.
I think I have him in my the other, like I'll show you my non-free hit teams. So I have him in my normal team, like for 2-3 game weeks, but he has not had as many returns as I thought he would, being so attacking and all that. So this is my no free hit team first option. I think this is with a -4 where I have benched Foden. I'm not sure if that's the right way to do.
What is happening to Foden? That would have been the choice.
Foden had COVID. Foden had COVID, but 3 or 4 days back, there was some post that he has got a new haircut, and also definitely he's out of isolation. But whether he's trained enough or not, I'm not sure.
He got COVID closer to New Year's, right? So it's anyways been say about 10 odd days.
Yes. And they have Mahrez who's missing because of AFCON. So they are short of like one player, but it is Pep Guardiola, so anything can happen. So I have Son. I've changed Son to Fernandes and that Gelhardt guy to Dennis. So this is one option, and other option is just to go with the I think the other option. Yeah,
so just me and you are synonymous. I've also had 2 options of free hit, non-free hit teams.
Other option is to keep that Gelhardt guy on the bench and play Foden and not take any hits, just do a Son to Fernandes. And then, basically this option gives me enough funds to get Salah whenever he is back. So I can just change Fernandes to Salah or Fernandes to Sterling to Salah in 24. So that's the thing. And no hits means already, I think it will be a green arrow before the gaming starts, because lots of people are taking lots of hits.
The other thing, and maybe I'll share my screen as well now. The other point we can start discussing is what about Tottenham versus Arsenal, right? Is that going to go on? Arsenal had COVID cases
Hmm.
Yeah,
and some more minor knocks post the match.
yeah. So basically, Arteta said that he is not sure whether the game will be postponed in the press conference after yesterday's match. He said that they will try to play the game. They will try their best, but I think Saka is another new injury after yesterday.
Yeah.
So if that adds to their already missing players list, and then
Odegaard's got COVID.
Odegaard got COVID, yeah. So there are a few cases. There will be fresh tests. Whenever a new case happens, there's a risk of additional positive cases in the next 1 or 2 days. So they test all the players every day before training. Like whenever
They're
there
playing
is a training.
Sunday, right?
Yes, Sunday night. So
So tomorrow is again dicey.
yeah, so his press conference will be tomorrow, one day before the game, if
Yeah.
there is one, because they just played yesterday. So if there is one, it will be tomorrow, and only then we'll come to know. So I think there are few murmurs that they are looking at it, but I don't think we'll get to know before the deadline.
We won't.
Mhm.
So
I
this
guess
is my. Sorry, go ahead.
I think like the question is like, is there somebody you'd really want to have from Spurs? Like, I think the question to
So
answer.
I'll tell you why I brought it up, right? So this is my team. One transfer which I've already done is Zaha to Madison, right? I thought I'd escape a price rise from Madison. Uska price rise bhi nahi hua, and the second game's been knocked off now. Now this is at free hit already being, or the free transfer already being used, right? Now, do I
Okay.
take more hits? Son was the guy, right? I could very well play Kufa instead of Son, or I could play Douglas Lewis instead of Son. But do I move a Son to Mora or a Son to Trossard? And that's really the thought process, right? So the reason no free hit, and now it's sort of obvious, right? I said it in the chat as well, is that week 27 and week 30 is where I would really look at playing my free hits. 27 because of the City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester games being called off, right? And we may have 3 to 4 assets there. And week 30 will be a larger, or could be a larger blank, right? With
No,
the
it will
number
be.
of
It
Premier
will be.
League teams playing quarterfinals of FA Cup.
Yes. So basically, not sure if Akshat, you are aware of this chart. Are you? This is
I briefly read what Samir had written, like, but so.
But
In fact, I was involved, right? Like we were talking about game week
yeah.
27 as well.
Yeah.
And,
So basically, game week 27 is the Carabao Cup or the EFL Cup finals, and in that these teams are involved, Chelsea and Liverpool, and they play Leicester and Arsenal.
yeah.
So their games will be. But
you can also say Chelsea and Arsenal, na? Abhi Liverpool jeeti nahi.
Anyways,
Okay, that's a risk we can take. I think.
Anyways, the game is
Apologies.
Liverpool Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
It
Game is Liverpool Arsenal.
Game is
one way or
Liverpool
the other.
Arsenal and Chelsea Leicester.
Yeah, I was just trying to be more specific.
Anyways, so we lose Liverpool, Arsenal, and Leicester and Chelsea. Those
Chelsea.
four are definitely out. Again,
Yes.
this could still be a double game week for the others, right? There are a lot of unscheduled postponements.
No, but the point is that round 5 of the FA Cup,
That is
which is
after
the
that.
pre-quarters, is in the midweek after 27. So
That's on
there is
1st of March.
So there is no space to play the double game week fixtures if there are any. So Leicester, see, they are not able to play Chelsea because Chelsea will be in the final. So Leicester could play, say for example, a Burnley, but when will they play it? Burnley have their own fixture, plus they might have the FA Cup. They don't have the FA Cup. It's a blank here.
But Leicester might have an FA Cup, right?
Yeah, so Leicester might have. So this kind of permutation combination need to be worked out because the midweek is not free. If the midweek was free, then yes, definitely it could be blank for some teams and double for some teams.
Or the weekend could be pushed into midweek, as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. This is what can happen in some of the other game weeks where there is no FA Cup or League Cup, like the yellow marked columns here, which is basically the European games.
Right.
So only the teams which are playing in Europe are busy, and that too some of them,
Others.
not all of them, and others can have a blank plus a double. So say
Correct.
for example in game week 25, Arsenal has to play Chelsea, so that's missing. That's a blank because Chelsea will be away to Club World Cup.
Club
So
World Cup.
Chelsea have a 24 and 25 blank. But instead of Arsenal having a blank in 25, if say a Spurs game gets postponed, since Spurs don't have Europe and Arsenal don't have Europe, they could fit that into the midweek after 25.
Yeah, the
So
murmurs were 26 actually could be a double game week for Arsenal, and then 27 they blank, which is why 27 why the free hit becomes even more critical. If
yes,
we
yes,
add say one or two Arsenal assets, right, bring back Ramsdale or Asaka or somebody,
yeah,
then free hitting them out for the next week becomes a better
yes,
option.
yes. So because of this, I was thinking, okay, fine, 27 Liverpool will be missing, but okay, 3 players I might be able to adjust somewhere. But if I have Arsenal players also, and if I have, I don't think I'll have Chelsea players because they already have a blank.
They have.
And yeah, I won't have Chelsea players, but if I have 5 or 6 players which I need to adjust in 27, then it will be tricky. So
Yeah, but
27,
okay, I disagree though. Like I
yeah.
don't think you will have 5 or 6 players, right? Like you said yourself said, you won't have Chelsea players most likely in your team at that point in time.
3
And
Liverpool, maybe Salah will
three
be back.
you will have you can plan for 2 Liverpool players at that point in time, and then like you can very easily not have Leicester players as well.
But
So
if you see Liverpool fixtures before the 27, like for example in 24, in Salah is back. Liverpool, if you go to that row, they have Leicester, then they have Burnley, then they have after the European game with Inter, they have Norwich.
Norwich.
So all these 3 fixtures are like crying for 3 Liverpool assets.
Right.
Be it Salah, Jota, Trent, Van Dijk. You would, and if one of their games, which is against Leeds, which was postponed, that could be fit in the midweek after Norwich. So in 26, it could be Norwich plus Leeds, which is like a sure shot
That will
call
be
for
Europe, no?
Yeah, that will be Europe, but not for Liverpool.
yeah, but now okay, like think about this, like the cost, the points that you will be missing out on if you don't play a free hit then versus the points that you would be gaining if you play a free hit now. Like I am not sure if the
Right.
trade-off is fair.
Right. Okay. So let's come to that. We are playing a free hit in 27, and which players will we then pick? Who we may not have. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at fixtures. Okay. Say, for example, look at Tottenham. You may not be having Tottenham players, but in 27 they have Leeds, which is a good fixture for Kane, Son. Even for defense, because Leeds are not doing so well.
Yeah.
Then you look at United. In 27 they have Watford. So maybe you have right now you have only Ronaldo. On a free hit you may get an additional striker or a defender, because Watford are bottom ranked. Then similarly, if you see Man City, they have Everton. So these kind of fixtures you can attack, and you may not be having those players because you will be filling your team with Liverpool and Arsenal and other teams which are having good fixtures before 27, or even maybe you will be having only one City defender or something like that. So these things you can just pile up on those type of fixtures. And yeah, definitely it's a moving thing, so we don't know exactly what will happen on 27 or before and after 27. But
what I hear from you is like if it is as we are foreseeing it will be, then it is obvious that use the free hit at that point in time rather than today, right? Like that's
matlab right now the players you are picking on free hit are Madison, Moura, Cucurella. These are not like big names. But in 27 you may be able to get a free hit when you will have Cancelo, Diaz, Foden,
Son back,
Son, Kane, both of them, and you just need it for one game. You don't have to like say ki, Are, I will be missing out on Salah. See, if you sell Salah and you have so much money, then you can get maybe Son, Kane, Ronaldo, all of them. So that type of free hit will be more beneficial, and you can get more points than what you will get on free hit right now. So this time, yeah.
Is there like any counter view on that? Is there anybody else who thinks that free hitting now is maybe better for some reasons apart from the unknown unknowns?
Maybe the bigger question is: has anybody already used one of their free hits?
Yeah, I am
I
in
guess
that.
it was week 19 or something, right?
Oh,
No,
before this week, I don't think any of us, right?
No.
But I and Solanki have
And
used the free hit this week.
yeah.
if we had, I think if we had only one free hit, then definitely none of us would be using it.
Yeah,
Like
obviously.
it's only the
Correct.
luxury of two free hits that we have, that so many of us are tempted. And yeah.
Definitely.
Solanki, what's your view now? Like, are you like regretting it still, or are you
Yes, still regretting it. Yeah, absolutely regretting. I think one 4-point hit would have sufficed. That probably. So I sold Salah to get another high-priced midfielder. Won't reveal now.
De Bruyne.
What a good guess. But I sold Salah to get one City player for the fixtures that they've coming after this double game week. And I was and I had still 5 yellow flags. Ronaldo was gone, Livramento was gone, Son then became a red flag, and so I was like, there are not enough players for me to get, and then I was sort of getting FOMO that I have two free hits. Might as well just use one now and kind of catch up some of the sort of leaders, and eventually figure out the second free hit with the other blank game weeks that are going to come in the future. But now that all the fixtures are getting postponed, and the fact that to begin with there weren't any super strong fixtures for any of the top 6, right? Like a no-brainer, like Man City having 2 lower teams or something like that. Now I'm regretting it. Kind of should have left it beyond, and I didn't look beyond the next 3-4 game weeks. I didn't look through the charts here, so absolutely regretting it. But anyway, what's done is done. Now I can share my team in case.
I'll quickly just wrap up. For me, basic question was whether it's a 4-point hit, whether it's an 8-point hit, right? If Ronaldo is fit, then the only other 4-point hit I'm looking at is Son to a Mora or to a Trossard. And either of the two will depend upon whether the Tottenham Arsenal game goes on or not. So that's one. But if Ronaldo is not fit, then do I do a Ronaldo Kane and a Son Trossard? That's basically what I'm really thinking against.
What we're hearing though is Ronaldo is fit, so I think that probably solved.
So between Mora Trossard depends whether the game's going on or not. Maybe I'll be better off with Trossard. Let him be a central guy along with Mope in Brighton, and another couple of weeks later use that to either bring Salah back, because I'll still have some money in the bank.
Yeah, I think right now, whatever you do, like if you're not free hitting, like 4 of us here, we need to see how we can get Salah back around game week 24. I think Akshat is optimistic about Egypt's chances. So, I don't think he'll be back by game week 23, which is next week. But definitely game week 24, he'll be back. So we need to keep a long-term plan, because going without him, it will be tricky.
And I mean, I just hope Dalot plays this week, right? So I mean, Loris, Dalot, Madison now has 1 game, but King and Ronaldo. So I had anyways 4 double week pick players. Maybe a 5th one, Trossard, would be the way I'd close it by evening.
Not tempted by Mount?
I mean, I'll have to get him out again. And Chelsea, nah. I'd rather
see, anyways,
go for Trossard.
it's like you are not free hitting, but this position is like a free hit for you and me both, because we are selling Swan, and then in the like in couple of weeks we need to get Salah for Salah this back. Position. So whatever player we pick, he is only for a short term. So, but yeah,
Brighton's got a good favorable next game as well, right? Chelsea play Tottenham after this, so that could be tricky.
That's true.
That's from my side.
Yeah, Brighton have Leicester, which is
So like, okay, before closing, what's the conclusion here? Mora or Trossard? Like, what do you
And
think?
maybe that I'll keep to myself.
No, not asking you, asking the others on, what's the consensus advice to you. And so I guess we are.
it's see, Expo is quite high for Mura right now, so I would say Trossard.
Hmm. Interesting. I somehow I have a feeling Spurs Arsenal game will go through. From like I feel Arsenal doesn't have that kind of pulling power. So like I think
Arsenal doesn't buy as
like
good as Klopp does.
like
Right?
Klopp does, right?
Well, he's
No,
going to
because
defend Klopp and say FSG now.
because now you know, even I was reading Tuchel's quotes, so even he was a bit
Pissed off with this.
salty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that teams are using injuries and some excuses to postpone their games, and we have been forced to play all these games
Yes.
with injuries and with COVID issues and all these things. So yeah, I don't think this type of antics will work. In
Given a
PL,
choice, Tuchel and Dai both would have preferred some of the Chelsea fixtures being postponed, right?
Yes, definitely. I think the Wolves game, we definitely had to get the postponement. That was the one where they didn't allow us to postpone, and that is why Tuchel has been very, very pissed off with these guys. And उसके बाद से every fucking game, and उसके पहले भी every fucking game was postponed. So
Right.
everybody was getting the postponements except Chelsea.
So this Leicester, the last Leicester postponement was funny. They had, as I read, they had just one COVID case, and Iheanacho is off to AFCON, and
AFCON and
they had
injuries.
a
There
number
was
of
combination of injuries and stuff, right? What
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
read
yeah,
was they
it's
had
a
8 players
combination.
available only.
Yeah, they had 8 players, but it was all because of injuries.
Hmm.
They had only one COVID positive case, so that's like shambolic. Like
Yeah.
in normal scenario, nothing like that would be allowed, right? So
So that's it from me. I hear Trossard
Trossard.
comment in loud, right?
I would go for Mura.
You would go for Mura.
Yeah.
I would vote Trossard on this.
Trossard.
If-
I would
yeah.
vote. Looking at the pictures, I would vote Trossard.
All
Fair.
right.
To me, try to put up my team is actually in a very bad shape, especially where is
Guy, you still have Salah, right?
I
Salah
still
and
have
Son.
Salah. So the thing is, this is the current team.
Right.
Okay. So what is happening here? And it's visible. Salah is out. Son is out. Gerrard anyways gone. Livramento gone. I have players who will definitely be on the bench. Tsimikas, Brownhill. So I'm in a bad shape. And what I'm trying to do, are you guys?
And you being brave enough not to free hit.
Yes.
Yeah, I know
And
exactly.
there are no double game weeks. If you look at this, Brownhill gone. Anyways, he wouldn't have counted also. And there is no.
You have only Brownhill. He's
and
the only one, right?
Is the only one. Son had double game week. He's out. Brownhill double game week also out. Anyways, he will not play.
Right.
He was more of a bench player for me also. Now, this is the new version that I'm thinking of and not yet finalized. So here,
So you're still keeping Salah.
I'm still keeping Salah. Went with Madison for Son and Tsimikas ki jagah Varane, and up front Calvert-Lewin, which is obviously Dennis versus Calvert-Lewin is the option because Calvert-Lewin plays Norwich and we know how good they are. So that is the option there. Still keeping Foden, or the other option would be to replace Foden, but then I don't have 11 players to play with. Madison, obviously, I love him. I think he will do well in the game week, even though it's a single one. But there is the option that I'm playing with. Maybe next game week I'll ship out Livramento also. And I got one defender, Varane. Still don't have double game week players. It's only Varane who has double game week.
This is for a -8.
This is for a -8. Prime
Interesting.
reason, Leeds, West Ham. I'm hoping for a good. So West Ham home game. Leeds has been poor away. Leeds has been having difficulties in defense. Even up front, bhi unke paas, I'm not sure if Bamford is coming back or not.
Yeah, Bamford is back.
Training.
That's what he said, but
But
Bielsa
again,
is not sure if he'll start.
But training still, right?
training.
He'll be on the bench and most
So
likely.
that gives a good edge on the three West Ham players that are there. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping.
So your
Maybe it's
benchers
more
will
of a
be
differential.
Livramento, Brownhill, and Salah.
Brownhill and Salah, yes. So I'm hoping Broha plays, hoping Foden plays. But again, this is with -8.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely get more points than like the team without these hits, because those are like non players.
Yeah, but my point here, Madison still for a single game week, overseer Mora, overseer Trossard.
So now that that thought has come in after this discussion. Now the thing is, Madison is playing Tottenham. Tottenham is playing 2 game weeks. Yes, but it all. I think Tottenham has a better game weeks coming up also than Leicester. So that is something that can be thought of. And I think I have some money left after this also.
I think you should come to the dark side. Like
How much money do you have, Dai, after this?
How much I am still holding? 2.7.
Okay, that's good.
So I have good enough money. I can actually even Calvert-Lewin versus Dennis is still an option. Dennis, I'm not sure if he'll start. That is my concern, and the double game week might go off for him.
Watford double game week is off, right?
No, Burnley second game is still not postponed.
Not officially.
Not officially. 4 days from now, so maybe it will also go off.
And there, I mean, if I can introduce a new debate topic, right? So King versus Dennis. Now, do you go for a penalty guy, which is King? Do you go for form and positioning, which is Dennis? Classic question, right?
Right.
Dennis for me. I think that is the eye test. Like whenever you watch the games, Dennis just seems to be in a lot more scoring positions. There's no doubt about it.
So I've been keeping Dennis, and I actually shipped him out just before AFCON, but he didn't go to AFCON. So
what a drama that was, man.
That was irritating to say the least.
Irritating for Dennis owners and equally irritating, I think, for King owners also, because then we were so happy that he's not going and King is the right choice. He's going to AFCON and King is going to be the right choice for a double game week or easy fixtures, Norwich, Burnley, etc. And then he doesn't go. And so some people who were holding Dennis, they sold him and they are upset. And King owners like myself are upset because he didn't go. So like, we don't need so many uncertainties in this game. Already,
but I mean, I was holding Dennis. I removed him, I guess, for Antonio for the double game week upcoming. And then I wanted to get somebody back. I got King because I was like, Dennis is gonna be off.
Yeah. And these things, like if you're not tuned in to what is happening, what the manager has said, or what are the rumors, you just make a decision and you're like, maine to sahi kiya. And something else totally different happens.
Surprise.
And
Although the Dennis not going rumors were there from a long time. Right?
That's what.
I think there were rumors that he will go for the later stage of the cup in case the team progresses or something like that. But eventually nothing really happened. And because of AFCON, I actually got King at the very beginning. I didn't get them.
Yeah, same. So missed out on
he
so
just
many
kept performing. Yeah, exactly.
Week 12 onwards when Dennis was generous.
Yeah.
But DCL, does he still qualify eye test? I don't know. I mean, Everton's just too unpredictable for me.
So DCL primarily because of Norwich. It's only for this game week that I'm playing, and I'll see. I think I don't remember the next game week for Everton.
They have good fixtures.
They have a good set of fixtures. That's what I know.
Yeah. Everton have Villa at home, Newcastle away, Leeds at home, Southampton away. So all 4 games are good.
Leeds, Southampton. I think DCL is back. He did not play the midweek FA Cup. He's completely rested. In that sense,
some people got him the previous game week because he's back. He's back, and
it was a double game week for him.
Yeah, and double game week for him. So either the double game week happened, and he missed a penalty. So he got a grand total of 0 points.
Yes,
correct. So
Yes, but the hope is that given it's Norwich and given probably
I think it's a good-
Richarlison is also back. I think so.
And they've got El Ghazi now, right?
El Ghazi also. I'm not sure El Ghazi have they registered El Ghazi?
Somebody was saying that El Ghazi
Yeah.
was the designated penalty taker at Villa. So when he plays or whenever he's on the pitch, it will be him who will take the penalties at Everton.
Yeah.
But you can't be sure about that. So again, picking DCL, but who will take the penalties? Earlier he was on bench, but now does it go to El Ghazi or it's also
Maybe DCL
something
will
to be-
still take it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one miss, right?
Just one miss, yes.
but you never know.
Okay, but anyways.
But I think it's a good
Norwich-
point because Everton have been missing him and he will get a chance.
Yes.
Against Norwich.
That's
definitely.
the reason, and that's why I'm actually. Had it been a double game week for Watford, which it still is, it's not officially off, I would have probably taken Dennis, and because I cannot replace two, because that would be a more. Otherwise, I would have moved Broha to Dennis. That was the other choice, but I don't want to do that. That would be a 12-pointer hit, which I don't want to take. Because Dennis ke saath, I'm not sure if Newcastle game is he playing, not playing, that kind of a thing is still there. Playing as in will start or not. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm not yet frozen this.
So DCL is already in your team, right? Like you're not transferring him.
No, DCL is new. Got it from Gelhardt.
Oh, you.
So I am removing Son and getting these guys. And I actually had money.
And you already have Salah, so you don't have to worry about keeping money for Salah like others.
Probably when Son comes back, I think it's the same game week as Salah. So
24.
Foden will go up. Actually, when I got in Foden, I had Foden and Bernardo both there. I actually shipped out Bernardo for probably Bowen. I'm stuck with Foden.
But Foden has good fixtures.
And City has always been a challenge, right? For their attacking. Who do you get in? Who is consistent enough?
They have good fixtures after this one. They have Southampton, Brentford, Norwich. So you can hold on to Foden. But yeah, that point is still valid. Pep Roulé can.
Yes.
Have you considered
not just Pep Roulé, right? I mean, even when Foden. Sorry, Solanki, you were saying something.
No, I was just asking that if he's considered Moape instead of DCL for this switch for the current game week or no?
No, probably not. Moape again. It's again Chelsea. That's there. Crystal Palace. He's a good option, but again, I've not thought of that there. Primarily because if I'm not taking the free hit, I need to define something for the next couple of game weeks also. So that's where.
And do you guys think Chelsea defense is going to hold despite the keeper not being there?
At least at Brighton, I think so. Primarily because this guy Kepa is playing well. That is there. We right now don't have the centre backs. We have Silva, Rudiger, and Aspi. I think they will be there. Probably the wing backs would one of the other these front guys would have to play as a wing back because
But you have that guy also, no? That Malanga Sar. He played in the cup game.
Yeah, he played in the cup game.
Maybe Sar in the center and Aspi in the wing. That is how it could also.
That could also happen because Chalobah is injured and Christensen is down with COVID.
Christensen's got COVID.
So we are short on defense.
That was
hoping because Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, they are there. I'm hoping that at least we would be able to hold off Brighton.
They would
that's more of a hope. Like it's more of a heart versus brain kind of a thing.
You're better off than United, right? Which is hoping against hope.
We are hopeless, man. We are just,
Actually अभी यूनाइटेड पे बैंटर करके मतलब ही नहीं हम लोग भी जुड़ जाते हैं साथ में
हम लोग आपस में हम लोग पॉइंट्स दे सकते हैं the pod that was making fun of Deadwood and all those woods, it was hilarious, man. I was working and I just saw that and I was like, this is new. So
that bot is actually pretty cool. You're just typing Arsenal randomly and then suddenly it comes up. It's like I'm hoping it will cause some situation.
yeah, that's a good
But
one.
yeah, coming back though, I think you can, take this week as it is. But and I am on the Solanki camp, by the way. I also am like impatient. I have been impatient, and I would not have taken the free hit even with my team. Probably would have tried to at least figure something out if I had more view in the future. But having said that, like I was in a very similar situation to you. Like my team was pretty fucked, and I think I would have still done it, and I think you should also still do it, simply because you do not know how things will play out. This is still a good chance. Like you can still, I think, make what, if you move to a free hit, you can potentially, like, if there is a chance that one of those players shines, and that is in itself like gives you like 15 to 20 points extra, which you might not get. So like fairly even balance, and given the uncertainty, have a bird in hand is what I am, I guess, saying.
So you're saying take the free hit.
Yeah, take the free, I think.
So the
Like,
thing is,
you don't know
game week
27
30,
क्या बात कर रहे हो,
game week
मैं ये
30 definitely is a free hit game. वो तो it's pretty clear. बस FA Cup के blank होएगा. So that is a week जहाँ पे we can take a free hit. I still have all the other chips, so probably wildcard, those kind of things will happen later. But all these postponements, that gives me a feeling that even at the later part of the season, there are opportunities to get a good game week, double game weeks.
I get your point. Like,
So just holding on to that. Anyways, वही बात है कि if it's because there are two chips. Had it there not been two chips, I would have actually gone ahead and taken this -8 here.
So here's a question. Do you think we will get another free hit chip from FPL?
नहीं.
No,
No,
people
no.
were, a lot of people were very, very salty with the second free hit, right? It sort of totally went against how
but
the game was designed.
The thing is in that game week when it was given, there were only 4 games. So it was like 6 games were postponed or whatever. So it was not just 1 or 2 games, and this is out of 14 now. 1 game has been postponed, or maybe 2 games will be postponed. So we're still having a good number of games and good number of players.
Correct.
But in that game week, 6 games were like postponed, and people were like literally crying. They didn't have players in the squad or on the bench. So in that scenario, a free hit was given. But who knows? I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, they may just end up with a extra free transfers or something like that. You never know these guys. Yeah.
okay,
So-
you are replacing Son, right?
Yes, I'm replacing Son, and
Son, when will he be back? I think that's an important factor
so
for
he's
you,
coming
right?
back. I think along with Salah, 2 weeks down the line.
24.
Yeah, 24.
24.
So then, okay.
So
And
then,
by the way, Son typically recovers faster than any prediction, right? That's been his trait.
so even if he comes back, let's say next week, I still have enough material to actually ship out one player and get Son in.
But you don't want him, right? It's Chelsea next in 23.
Anyways, next week I
So-
don't want him.
Yeah.
That is
So
Uske baad
so
hi
it's I think it's a good sell. Like everybody should sell Son if they have him and get somebody.
Had he been fit this week, no doubt he would have
Yeah.
been there in the team.
Because selling Salah means you will find it difficult to get him back somehow, and you will lose money also. Like I don't know when you got him, but
He has
right
been
now,
there since the start.
So Nitin,
This
I
guy
wanted
has
to
been
come
there.
to that. I actually made money, right, of Salah. Salah I
Yeah.
sold right up front when this was starting to go down. I sold him for 12.8. Given how things are, I may
Yes.
actually buy him cheaper, 12.7,
same here.
12.6.
I also sold him for 12.8. Now Dai has not sold him, so his selling price now you can see is 12.6.
12.6.
So now if he sells him now and wants to get him back, he'll have to spend 0.2 more, because right now it's 12.8. So
And anyways,
that's
once
also a
he comes
factor.
back, probably it would be either at 12.8 or it might even go up at 12.9.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah,
Before,
it
like
would.
you will have to be quick to get him back, because if you wait and then his price might rise.
So that is the only reason I don't want to sell him. He has been there in the team from day one, I think. this is probably he's the only player who has been there since day one.
My God.
Or Alex.
Yeah, that's an
He's not
obvious
so
default
Salah
pick.
is, default pick, and
Yeah.
he's the default captain that I use in most cases, unless there is something very interesting happening. So this is how it is.
There was someone on this call earlier telling that Ronaldo is considered fit again, but then there was some chat that he isn't fit. Where do we stand? What's the final word on that right now? The press conference ho gaya hai, ya
So before this call, like around 6:45 p.m., Ragnick has told that he, as per his information, he is available for tomorrow's game. There was rumors before that. There was an express.co.uk article saying he left training early and is a doubt because of a fresh injury. But then somebody was saying that he was always stated to leave the training early because of the previous like groin injury. He doesn't want to get it aggravated and maybe doing some sessions indoors with the physio and all that. So Ragnick has said that he's available, and yeah, but we don't know if he's available for both the games. Maybe he, plays only 60 or 70 in the first game and throws a fit at something. Yeah, anything can happen.
You guys saw his video, Sky Sports interview.
No, man.
I saw it.
I didn't see it.
Dude, you have to.
No.
I mean, there's so much undercurrent in that interview.
I get so many notifications about United, media people talking about the club and the transfer rumors and all these things. I just ignore. I am full ignoring mode. I want at least them to win a couple of matches, and then I'll be able to watch and listen to all these interviews and all this nonsense, whatever's been going on. But yeah, it's quite bad actually.
We are happy for a change, right? The banter club is no longer Arsenal.
I know. I know. Even when Xhaka gets a red card, there's no banter. So you can imagine. We need a bot for creating banter at Arsenal. So that's how the things are.
Unfortunately, an Arsenal fan is creating that bot. So I'm.
Yeah, that's what. No, he. Anyways, I'll not say much. That guy is not here, so.
I think he doesn't have his FPL team. That's why probably this is not as interesting for him.
What about? Can we also quickly discuss fan 4 picks and options?
Yeah. Okay, Solanki was showing.
Maybe let's keep fan 4 outside this, right?
We should not discuss fan 4 ideally.
Fan 4 mat karo yahan pe.
Fan 4 is between us, no?
Okay.
This is us versus the rest of the world.
Correct. But on that note, Solanki, we still need to see your free hit team, right?
Yeah, I'm showing 1 second. There you go. Enjoy all the players with two matches, hopefully. 3. So I went with 3 Spurs. You all can see, right?
Yeah.
I went with 3 Spurs. I still believe Jota against Brentford is going to be a good haul for him, especially after I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I can swap him out for who else though? Who else has a good
I'd say keep him
double
there.
game? Yeah. I had Maddison here instead of him, but now Maddison has only 1 game, that too against Spurs. So I don't know if that's going to be like a big haul. I'm not sure who I'm going to captain. Abhi to randomly rakha hai kisi ko bhi. But this was my team prior. So 1 second.
Is Telles going to play both games?
I'm not sure. I might swap him out, but I was reading that obviously Shaw is banned for one of the games, right? So he has to play 1 game. So the second game depends on the performance of the first game. That's my thinking, because Shaw, again, I don't know why actually RR is taking Shaw over Telles. Telles is a better player under his style compared to Shaw. So I'm hoping that he starts both games. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 players gone, and kind of this just knee-jerk triggered a free hit in me. Ki ye 4 to hai hi nahi, double week aa raha hai. Most of the folks are using it. You might as well use it now and save on some price rises in the free hit. But pata chala ke baad mein uski zarurat hi nahi thi because Son also got injured. At the time when I used it, Son wasn't injured. And I was trying to fit like Kane and Ronaldo and Son and all these players, Arnold and all these players in the same team. So yeah, that
but
was,
it is similar to what Dai had now. Basically,
it's very
last
similar.
week's time,
Correct.
last week's team. So yeah, Son,
Which is
Salah,
why
and-
my obvious question to Dai was, why are you not free hitting, right? I mean,
Yeah.
had I had that team, I would have first thought
Only.
been free hit.
So I was actually free hitting till the afternoon, and then when I actually redid all the calculation, looked at different players and who is playing, I
Yeah.
actually felt कि probably a -8 is worth taking the risk. And depending on single game weeks are also pretty good. That
Yeah,
is
I mean,
another reason.
So
Probably,
Solanki, if we can go back to your like the free hit team,
Yeah.
why are you benching Trent? You can play him, right, instead of maybe a Teles.
no,
Because
I see. I think Trent. The reason I'm not playing him is I think most of his goals get converted either by most of his assists get converted either by Salah or Mane. Those two are not there, and I'm not sure if Brentford have. I mean, I think Brentford have a goal in them at somewhere. So I think defensively, usually I would like have him as a starter in my team.
Right.
But this time I'm just taking a punt on Teles or either regular on scoring more in 2 game weeks versus Trent in 1 game week.
So like then one thing that you might want to do is like you are on a free hit, right?
Yeah.
Like shape out Trent and get maybe Simicas in, and maybe you can fit a Bruno there. Like you might be able
That's
to.
something I've considered. The reason I've stayed at again now because of the Ronaldo news, I was waiting. So I want only one United asset. I don't want too much dependency on United asset because they haven't been in a free scoring mode lately. It's not like they're going to score 5 goals in a game or maybe 10 goals over 2 games or something like that. मर मर के एक गोल मार देंगे वो लोग और उसमें भी पता नहीं मतलब कैसे आएगा वो गोल मे बी मैकटॉमने स्कोर करेगा या फ्रेड स्कोर करेगा यू नेवर नो वेदर द मेन प्लेयर्स आर एक्चुअली गोइंग टू स्कोर और नॉट so now that news has come whether Ronaldo has some fitness issues or not and he may have some other off-field issues. I might switch Ronaldo out to accommodate until this point actually my team was designed for a Leicester double game week and all that. But अब वो Leicester का double game week भी चला गया है तो now I need to figure out where I need to make changes. तो वो अभी ये call की information के बात करेंगे.
And
But
interesting, you're bullish on Brighton, right? So 3 from Brighton.
Yeah, actually bullish से ज़्यादा I wanted
not
to
left for choice.
Not left for choice. That's why I'm regretting a free hit. कि मतलब actually देखो तो I would rather take Ronaldo out, get a Dennis or a King in, and maybe upgrade Mbappe to Bruno. So I have 5 midfielders and then 2. But there is no obvious choice that ये तो बनना ये तो चाहिए. It's a no-brainer. It's not a no-brainer per se. So therefore a free hit is something I'm like अरे कर तो लिया है but अब मतलब you're not going to maximize that. Not going to be able to. Yeah.
It's a very punty thing now. I get the feeling.
but
And पता नहीं अभी Arsenal also lose if Spurs also lose their Arsenal game because Arsenal are not going to play. Then there are 3 other players who are suddenly with 1 game week disposed. So मतलब 7 ही बचेंगे खाली और उसमें से 3 तो ब्राइटन वाले हैं और एक इंजरी डाउट है तो मतलब बचा क्या फ्री हिट का फायदा फिर.
but
closer to our team then it's just different choice of players.
Yeah, exactly.
Then why do you have Cucurella in and not let's say not Alex?
Let's say not who?
Alexander Arnold.
I think because of Chelsea defense being weak, I think there is a scope that he may get in an assist or something like that. When I say Chelsea defense being weak, I meant rather Mendy not being there. So I actually don't have good experience of Chelsea Chelsea leaking goals when Kepa is keeping. So I kind of believe that that's possible. And again, I think Brentford may have a goal in them. So Arnold may not keep like a clean sheet per se. I may be wrong. That's a punt I'm taking. And also it feels good to have players with 2 game weeks over there versus 1. So
अब लिया है free hit तो commit
हाँ,
करेंगे.
commit कर दे फिर.
Maximize तो करें.
On that note, what do you guys think about Liverpool fixture actually? Because with Salah and Mane gone, and Firmino will be there, right? Jota will be there. How good is Jota? Because even if I think now I can actually might be able. What is Jota's price right now? I should be able to get him inside if I actually think that Madison is the same for me, right? Madison, Jota, single game week.
Yeah,
See, I
my
never
answer-
saw
my-
the FA Cup match, right? But whatever I read, that they created chances but were wasteful.
No.
No?
I saw the entire game. That was one of the few late night games that I saw in the last few weeks. Liverpool pressed hard the first 20 minutes when Arsenal were also sort of attacking. But after that, Liverpool were completely stifled. They had no shot on target only, like none at all, except for the one which should have been on target, but Minamino skied that. Other than that, it was not. It never looked like the entire game. It never looked like Liverpool are 11 and Arsenal are 10. Just never looked like that.
So basically, we need to play with 10 with Xhaka not on the pitch.
So
Yeah, but then the other thing about that is Klopp might have worked that out now. Who will play where and what midfield he wants to play behind Firmino and Jota. So
I mean-
and Brentford is not like as well drilled as Arsenal.
Yeah, they're not, yeah.
They shipped 4 goals to
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah. So they were Southampton, sorry, just a couple of days back. So they are not going to be as much of a challenge. Only thing is that if Trent and Jota and all these creative guys are not on their game, then it may be a problem.
Which is likely to
Even
be.
the Brentford
in my
attack is
opinion.
not doing well, right? Both Tony and Buma.
Tony was out with COVID.
Tony's out.
He's
with
been
COVID.
back. He's been back couple of game weeks, I guess, but not been in form.
Not been in form.
But
still,
also,
like,
would it
they
not impact Liverpool players given they've had a game week in the middle and like Brentford are
not fully rested.
Yeah,
they just played take 2.
And it was an intense game. It was an intense game. With Arsenal.
Klopp has come out and said that playing against a low block with 10 men, like I'm not sure if Arsenal were like fully defensive and parking a couple of buses, but that's what he said, that it's a very tough thing in football, and we don't really take too much from it, so it's okay whatever happened. It's just because it was a 10. He didn't say that we didn't create anything or we skied of like chances or anything like that. So I'm sure he'll
Typical of him, right? Always trying to protect.
Yeah, so they will be up for it, and they know that City is playing Chelsea, so there is a chance of them dropping points, so they will be definitely on it. So I think it's a comfortable win. Just that Trent, if he keeps a clean sheet or not, it's a question. He might get an assist or some sort of attacking return.
But will City drop points the way they're playing?
I mean, the way they are playing, yes, but Chelsea, they have a weakened team, so they might just sit back and defend. That Tuchel can set up such kind of teams with Kante and these guys back.
Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, he can actually try to do that.
So people were thinking of going for Lukaku also on free hit, like as a very big differential. But then, will he even play? Will he even start the City game? It's a
that's an interesting punt, Solanki. Like now that we are punting, why not? Like I think
I thought about Ronaldo to Lukaku when I heard about the injury, but then I'm like, yaar, udhar aur zyada drama hai compared to Ronaldo.
But I think Lukaku will start. I think he played the midweek game also. I'm not sure how fit or maybe he needs some rest. But
against City,
but anyway, Lukaku is like a flat track bully sort of reputation.
Against City, it's not about fitness or anything. It's about like you have to do a lot of godagiri, lot of dirty work on the pitch. So
he would probably start. He will not go back and do that, but he will do that to the defenders.
But basic premise is he's not getting sold, right? This window.
No chance.
I don't think. It didn't feel like that. Like I
United in the market to buy Lukaku again.
Ronaldo going out. Huh?
Okay, no, like to your original question, I think they right like on Jota. Like my feeling would like I have seen these games happen before. In fact, I was half awake and I saw a red card and I was more disappointed than happy at that time because Liverpool have been like that in those games. I think there have been a couple more games with 10 men red card and like the opposition team just gives up on attack, and I think Liverpool thrives when the opposition team is trying to attack. So that like like how commentators joke about corners being the big, like the opposition corners being the biggest source of Liverpool's goals. So that I think gets stifled. I think Brentford, like I would advise you to punt on Jota. I probably myself might just do that because I have to ship out Madison anyways. So that
I think it's a good, decent option. Even if it's a one game week, suppose the maximum Jota can get in a game week, one single game is like maybe 12, 14 points, something like that. So do you think Moura will get 14 points in 2 games? Like, a couple of goals, a goal assist, something like that. Same goes
What
for
happens
Trent.
if the Spurs Arsenal game still goes on despite Arsenal having like barely 11 players to play?
Yeah, it's gonna be salty, very salty.
Then Moura gets 20 points, no?
Yeah, but they are also missing Son, who is a big part of their attacking setup.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Who knows? It'll be fun. We are doing a watch along, right? So
yeah.
On Sunday.
If it happens, we are doing a watch along.
If there is a match. Otherwise, we just meet for drinks.
Yeah. Otherwise, we watch the Liverpool game.
I think we'll know by then. So we'll maybe we can do
know by tomorrow.
Man City Chelsea kal hai na? It's tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
But somehow, you know what? Man City Chelsea, you know where it's gonna head, right? That thrill of Arsenal Tottenham is not gonna be there.
Yeah. City Chelsea will be very dull. I know maybe they'll surprise us, but
just too clinical, correct.
So all right, okay, let's wrap up the last question, I guess, which is like I think the captain choice this week. I'm honestly very, very confused now with Ronaldo doing his antics. So who do we captain?
Take your punt on Jota.
Yeah.
Jota, no, I will captain a double game week, bhai. Like that's that will be the ultimate give up for a free hitting and
I might go with Ronaldo, like as it stands, unless I get some twitchy fingers and go for Bruno. That's like those are the 2 players that I have. Who are having a reasonably decent double game week. It will be a lot of stress for me as a United fan, watching these 2 games and then praying for these players to haul as well. So, but yeah, those are the 2 options.
What do you think about Kane?
Yeah, I'm not having I don't have Kane, so he was only in my free hit team. So without free hit, I don't have him.
For me,
I guess the free hit folks will have more choices of who to captain, right? I mean, for us, it will be more of if we have a Ronaldo or a Bruno, maybe that's more or less it.
Or maybe if you want,
I don't have both.
I have both and Kane. So I have to.
I have none of them.
You see, the 2 extremes, right? Problem of plenty and problem of few.
So mine will be a differential captain, I think. Either a Calvert-Lewin or a Bowen kind of a guy. Or if I take Jota, I have to still finalize exactly क्या करना है.
Even Antonio, you have Antonio.
I have
also
Antonio.
Good option.
He's a good option. So it would be kind of very different captain than normal.
I don't have a good feeling about Antonio though. Like maybe burnt this week. That's why. But okay, Bruno, Ronaldo. We are saying Bruno may be the better choice. No. Let's build an opinion, guys.
I think Bruno can be a good option because without him, whenever he's one game he was suspended and one game he was benched for half the game. We have been even worse than otherwise. There have been literally no balls to the strikers, the 2 strikers that we play in this new system. So and the last game, the cup game, Ragnick said that he liked he liked the control when there were three midfielders on the pitch. So he might go back to 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 diamond formation, where McTominay is now suspended. So maybe Donny plays in the midfield along with Bruno. So and maybe Rashford, Greenwood, and Ronaldo plays up front. So that could be the system in which Bruno will be having a free role in both the systems, 4-2-3-1 and 4-4-2 diamond. So he will be the center of all creativity. And but yeah, if we start with 4-2-2, and yeah, then nobody knows.
And doesn't matter, I think. Then Ronaldo, Bruno doesn't matter.
Yeah. Then we'll be
Is Ronaldo like a vengeful beast? Like, will he like prove his point on the field? Is that something that we expect? Going a bit emotional.
He would want to, right, Solanki? He would want to prove whatever he has talked in the interviews on the in front of the camera on the pitch as well. He is that kind of a personality.
But the thing is now that given there is such a divide between him and maybe say a Rashford and a Greenwood, he's not going to get those passes from him. It's going to be more like a chuck day situation.
Yeah, which might be a good
thing.
thing.
Are not Portuguese camp and an English camp, right? So Bruno may still get him stuff.
Rashford and Greenwood not passing to Ronaldo.
I'm tempted to now move Bruno in, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying these guys, English guys, not passing to Ronaldo might be a good thing for the club as a whole, because they've always been looking at trying to find him, and sometimes I've felt that they don't take shots on their own, which are like more better opportunities to score or a better pass to somebody else.
So, not Greenwood,
but then the points will not come to Ronaldo. Since the question was, will Ronaldo be able to? Then the points will not come to Ronaldo. They'll go to Sancho or Greenwood or Rashford.
There is another undercurrent or a point to be discussed, that last game versus Villa, we had a penalty and Bruno took it and skied it, and Martinez was dancing and laughing at us. So even that could be a point, that if we get a penalty, will Bruno take and get his revenge, or will Ronaldo take? And because Bruno missed it the last time, and now since then Ronaldo has been taking all the pens, so that's also a point to be considered. But I think it will be between the two of them. So
the way that you guys are talking about the United attack, it seems like two different attacks, and now I'm worried whether I should have either of them.
It all depends on the day.
You have faith in the United squad or the Spurs game being pushed out, right? It's literally a toss-up between that.
All right, I think I'll probably go for Ronaldo this time. I'll bet on the vengeance. Like, let's see, maximize the limit, I guess.
I got him in, captained him, didn't score. Then I captained Salah. Salah missed the penalty, scored 0 points, and Ronaldo got 12 points. Then I captained Ronaldo the next game week, and Ronaldo scored nothing.
So 1 second, who are you captaining now? We'll captain the other person.
Tell me now.
I'll let you know at 12:01. I have it. I'm going to, because it's a free hit, I'm going to tinker my team so many times between now and the end. So I don't know who I'm going to end up with.
But don't wait till like the last 5 or 6 minutes or the last 15 minutes, because the servers got crashed the last time. So many people were on free hit. And
then in fact the app helps in that case, right? The web interface crashed, the app was still going through.
I don't use the app, so I don't know. But a lot of people had good players like Salah and Son or whatever on their benches.
On the benches.
So it was crazy. So like finalize everything.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, good advice.
Cool.
Yeah, this was fun.
But sorry, one last thing. Somebody had mentioned to upgrade Bruno by selling Arnold, right? Since okay.
I think that is a good idea, right? Like,
I'm going to do that.
Squeeze the dollar. Like, you already had Tsimikas, I saw, and get that the cheap the 3.9 keeper in. I forget the name. And
Gunnarsson.
Gunnarsson. And go for it. Like, let's live our life now.
This is what it looks like. Get another cheap Liverpool defense, and these three going to sit out anyway, and this is what it's going to look like now.
Oh, you already have it.
If you can fit in Fernandes, then nothing like it.
Yeah, I still would have 0.0. Perfect.
You're going for the
But-
Portuguese camp, right? Not the English camp.
But you can't
See,
play
Portuguese.
Solanki, but you
I
can't
can
play
play-
5 defenders, 5
No,
midfielders
I-
and 3 forwards.
No, I will have to rest Moape then.
Ah,
Bench
Hmm.
Moape, rest. Rest.
Rest.
okay, fine.
ठीक है, चलो,
Alright.
good talk, guys. Good fun.
Good
This is
talk.
going to be a fun
Yeah.
weekend. Like,
Yeah.
okay. You guys have all bet on the fixture, right? Like the
Yeah.
derby.
Yep.
If it
By
happens.
the way, my prediction is that the moment the match gets over, that page will stop working. Like that's the most likely outcome. But let's see. All right. Okay. Chalo. All the
Chalo.
best, guys.
Okay,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Till the
Take
watch
care.
along.
Bye.
Fun.
Bye.
See ya, guys.